For thousands of years, the steaming hot springs in the Ouachita Mountains of Arkansas were revered by Native American tribes as having healing powers. The springs were first encountered by European explorers like Hernando de Soto in the 1500s. In the early 1800s, the area began to attract visitors seeking the therapeutic benefits of the thermal waters, leading the U.S. government to establish the Hot Springs Reservation in 1832. The first time the federal government had set aside land for public recreation. Over the next century, the area developed into a bustling spa town, with an array of bathhouses, hotels, and other amenities catering to the many patients and tourists who flocked there. In 1921, the Hot Springs Reservation was officially designated as Hot Springs National Park, becoming the 18th national park in the United States. The park was expanded to over 5,000 acres, encompassing the thermal springs and the surrounding mountains. The National Park Service took over management of the site, working to preserve the natural geology and hydrology that fed the famous hot springs. Bathhouse Row, a National Historic Landmark district, became the centerpiece of the park, with its collection of grand, Gilded Age bathhouses providing the ultimate spa experience for visitors. The bathing rituals and medical treatments associated with the hot springs evolved over the decades. Early on, people would simply soak in natural pools and breathe in the mineral-rich vapors. Gradually, more elaborate bathhouses were constructed, offering a range of specialized services like vapor baths, needle showers, and therapeutic mud packs. Doctors would prescribe weeks-long courses of treatment, with strict regimens of bathing, drinking the water, and rest periods. The bathing culture reached its peak in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, when hot springs was a premier destination for those seeking relief from ailments like rheumatism, skin diseases, and nervous disorders. One of the key institutions in Hot Springs was the Army and Navy Hospital, which was supplied with water from the thermal springs. Established in the late 19th century, the hospital provided care for members of the military, public health officers, and honorably discharged veterans. The hospital capitalized on the medicinal reputation of the hot springs, treating serious and obstinate cases that had proven resistant to other methods. The hospital building has had various uses over the decades since its closure, and remains an iconic landmark within the national park. Hot Springs has faced its share of natural and man-made disasters over the years. Major fires in the late 1800s and early 1900s destroyed large swaths of the city, while severe flooding has also caused significant damage. One of the most recent disasters was the 2014 fire that gutted the historic Majestic Hotel, a beloved landmark that eventually had to be demolished. These calamities have tested the resilience of the community, but have also spurred efforts to preserve and protect the unique assets of Hot Springs National Park. In the late 19th century, the federal government established a government-free bathhouse to provide access to the therapeutic waters for the indigent. This public facility, located within the national park, offered bathing services free of charge to those who could not afford private bathhouses. At its peak, the government-free bathhouse was providing over 100,000 baths per year. It remained in operation until 1957, when it was deemed more cost-effective to subsidize the poor through the commercial bathhouses. The geological forces that created the Ouachita Mountains and the complex, underground hydrology that feeds the hot springs are a major part of what makes Hot Springs National Park so unique. The springs emerge from a gap between two mountain ridges, with the water traveling deep underground for thousands of years, before surfacing at temperatures up to 143 degrees Fahrenheit. The water is naturally potable, with a mineral composition that was believed to have curative properties. Preserving the integrity of this geothermal system has been a key priority for the National Park Service. In addition to the famous hot springs, Hot Springs National Park is home to a diverse array of flora and fauna. The surrounding mountains are covered in old-growth forests of oak, hickory, and pine, providing habitat for wildlife, like white-tailed deer, wild turkeys, and a variety of small mammals. The park's temperate, humid subtropical climate supports a rich ecosystem, making it a popular destination for hikers, campers, and nature enthusiasts.